Thank you very much for joining me once again on Maiyegun's Diary Politico tonight. And if you have read the caption and the body of this broadcast, you can make your own contribution accordingly. I will read the comments as well, but I'm going to read this out. It's important because I want to go into the detailed consequences of so many people who don't really understand what is going on, and therefore they are staying aloof based on the lies of those who are benefiting from the rot, and they insist the status quo remain. The status quo of Nigeria won't remain. There is no way. You see, Nigeria has crossed that Rubicon now, right? The unity they are talking about, the status quo they are talking about, will not remain again as things go further and further down south. However, we received the governor of Benue State, who happened to be a protected governor, got attacked. It's not going to be the first, and it's not even going to be the first time he was attacked. And he came out boldly to say his attackers are the Fulani terrorists who always have the backing, and as well, their spokesperson, which happens to be the Miyetti Allah. He said those who attacked him are Miyetti Allah. He kept calling on the president, kept calling on the police, kept calling on the security to protect the people, protect him, protect everybody, just like everyone is asking all over the country. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that. For those who are still pretty much the elite in Yoruba land, who believe that they are living in penthouses, houses that are untouchable, untouched, well, they might actually be living in a la-la land, a dreamland, where we need to bring them to reality, that if they continue to either keep quiet or continue, you know what I mean now, to support the status quo that continue to endanger our people every day, as much as these events are underreported, all these events, as the elite continue to stay aloof or continue to talk in defense of what will eventually consume them, it is our duty to call them to order, to let them know that you see all these things going on. It is either you are speaking up and on the side of truth, which means that the status quo of Nigeria cannot continue as it is. It cannot continue. No matter how much they try to hold it together, it won't last. So the elite in Yoruba land who think that the danger zone is far from them, well, we can remind them they are living in where? In La La land, in a dreamland. Their penthouses will be brought down by the consequences of their silence. But before that happens, we will do what we have to do. Tell them about it. So the governor, an executive governor in Benue, attacked by Fulani bandits who killed people in his convoy. He is not the first governor attacked by the terrorists. And up to this day, they continue to ask the government to protect them. The government that doesn't exist, that will never protect them. Also, I saw a picture. Well, I'll start with, or even before we get to that, let's go to Onitsha, the Obi of Onitsha. Igwe Achebe. We received the report today that he's also launched his own security outfit. This time around, his own security outfit, according to the to the fillers, is set up to help the Nigerian government hunt down the ESN in eastern part of the country. This is something the IPOB members considered as a saboteur move, or as a sabotage to what their effort in curbing insecurity in that part of Nigeria. So we will talk a bit about that. However, I got a picture of our own Kabiyesi Ikubabayeye Alaafin Ekejuri, Alaafin of Oyo, where he had God knows what, yeah. It was found to be in Tinubu's house. We don't know where, Abuja, Lagos, nobody was sure, but that's Tinubu. In that picture with Alaafin, Kabiyesi left the palace to go and see Tinubu. So, well, it seems that the arrangement for 2023 seems to be coming to a sort of a disgraceful end somehow, or they can feel it that it's shaking. So, Alaafin of Oyo has been in contact between Tinubu and the royal fathers in Yoruba. It's not the only contact, by the way. However, they can feel that the feelings in the land, the youth, the young people, even the old people across Yoruba land, yeah, with the spread of the campaign for Oduduwa Republic in Lagos, in Ibadan, in Oyo State, in Ogun State, yeah, the spread of these campaigns are getting them worried too, because they expected Yorubas to be busy talking about 2020, 2023, just like our Kabiyesi, Alake of Egba, also feels like Nigeria unity is non-negotiable. We just want to call all these traditional leaders, we want to call all the elite, political leaders, and the rest of them, ruling class, they call themselves that. No matter how much you try to package this whole lie, you have tried so much for so long to join them in lying and keeping the lie called Nigeria. That lie has been blown. And whatever you try to do right now, it is time for every one of you to know that it is a game over. And you should begin to what? You should begin to deconstruct whatever arrangement you have with Nigeria and begin to untangle yourselves. But well, they call it our own wish. We know they are not going to go down without a fight. But yeah, Alake, a whole paramount ruler of Egba land, bending down to greet Bokuari. I mean, this video will never, this picture will never go away. It will never go away. And it will continue to be an insult, a total insult to every Egba son and daughter all over the world. Because, I mean, come on, that's a paramount ruler. Egba warriors, if you have heard about Egba people, if you have heard about Fumilayo Ransom Kuti, if you have heard about the great warriors of that Egba kingdom of Egba land, that's the paramount ruler bending down to greet Bokuari. Well, he won't be the only one. That's what they do. That's what they do to survive. But I'm saying this to them now that, you see, if they are old people, most of them are old people, right? They have lived through that life too. They have become successful. They have become so rich and well, powerful, according to them, while they watch their people die in the hands of Nigeria, and they could do nothing, absolutely nothing. And it has come to a point whereby, even at this point where they should be able to even speak for that people, they are giving excuses and all of that. They will be consumed by their own greed. Because when the longer they try and force and keep everyone together, yeah, they will try. Because they have the power, they have the money. But it's just never going to last. That's the message we want to tell them. Because there will be consequences. Consequences. And the consequences of their past or yesteryear's decisions are today the insecurity in Yoruba land, that they are not even bold enough to make a united statement to say enough. But rather, they will come for those who are saying enough, we won't take it anywhere further. So we'll talk about that today. And then I also have a bit of kind of, is it called, what should I put it as? Let me see. I'm going to call it like a sort of art-to-art, conscious or subconscious message or massaging in a way that you are probably good. I mean, we'll get a little bit of, deformating from part of the lies that has kept many people doubting if it is actually going to be possible to demand or to achieve a breakup of Nigeria. There are things they've told you. There are things you personally read or made up yourself and believed. So I'm going to get to a point where I'm going to share a few things with you where you will likely somehow get healed from that worry and fear, because they are non-existent. They don't exist. They only exist in your head. Nigeria will break up. And when they say there will be war, it's going to be war. No. Let's break it down. Nigeria as a country has an army. Abi? And this army, even though they believe that, the Northerners control the majority of the Nigerian army. Great, fine. But it means that they They don't make up all the entire Nigerian army. When this whole madness started, and the IPOB caucus called on the southern soldiers to leave Nigerian army, within 2 months, Nigerian army declared they declared that many people are already resigning from the Nigerian army. Yeah, that some people are even leaving without resigning. What does that tell you? It tells you that when the push come to shove, or now shove come to push, Baba, that same army that they will use to fight Wu, the moment they bring their tank into Yoruba land, that moment, you will see a complete decimation of that same Nigerian army. It is going to happen by default. I mean, if they push it to that level, same thing will happen in Biafra land. Because, you know what, and as this will happen, the rank and file in that same army, the police, every of their security organs will break into half for that moment. So then, it will then be obvious that who is going to fight who? That the Fulani army or the Northern army, as you call them, they will come back and fight the who? The Southern army, and that's it. The same Northern army that can defeat the Northern terrorists that are now spreading to the southern part of the country. And here we are. You put that in your mind. Oh, it's going to be war. War fought by who? By Nigerian army. And are you sure that Nigerian army will be able to they'll still be able to boast of that number to fight who? I will talk about that at some point. Christy, thank you very much. I just got your super chat there. That's massive. Thank you. It is pretty much appreciated and acknowledged. Right. So we'll talk about that. Again, we are also going to go on to the parts of the 2023, why we will have to do everything to kill the 2023 madness within Yoruba land. Because see what happened in Ekiti yesterday. They were doing by-election to fill in a vacant House of Assembly seat. One seat, House of Assembly. And they killed about 3 people, including a policewoman. It means that the politicians in Yoruba land, they are still in control. And as much as we all believe that we need to protect ourselves, these guys control the money. Therefore, they control, because they've made the people poor already anyway. Therefore, they control what they want them to think, to say, or where they want them to be in majority. And therefore, they can tell us to go to hell, even if we don't believe there won't be any election, because they don't even believe in the election anyway. But they will make sure that they mobilize enough to validate any of those madness they will do in Yoruba land. So we have a lot to do. By first discouraging our people from engaging with them, connecting with them, disconnecting them. That's a lot to do. And I'm glad today that the alternative is Yorubas are going away. Oduduwa Republic or nothing. And if you look at those who are going to fight it, they are going to be the elite of Yoruba land. The elite that are going to become the victims. Most of them are too. They are going to become the victims of this terrorism. Ask me how. When the terrorists need money, they either go for mass kidnapping or they go for your elite. And your elite, I told you last year, in Yoruba land, they are now endangered species. Now that they have proved, the terrorists have proved their presence in Yoruba land, they have forced our people into refugee camps in Benue Republic, yeah? So if you are calling yourself an elite because you have a small position, you have a small protection, you are living in a penthouse, and therefore you feel safe, you are not safe. Yes, you are not. And including those royal fathers, obas, you will be kidnapped. Some of you are going to be killed. Some of you, the trauma will kill you. They won't kill you, but when they release you, the trauma will kill you. Some of you, those of you who call yourself billionaires or millionaires in Yoruba land, you are cut across all Yoruba land. They will pick you up anywhere they want to pick you up from. And guess what? You will make a good headline, because that is exactly what terrorists enjoy. which is the publicity that comes with the victims. I mean, the victims they kidnap. Guess what? You will be the victims too. I know some of them have their own dual citizenship. And the moment they realize that they kidnap their family members and they pay the ransom, they will begin to relocate out of Nigeria. Some of them are already relocating. But their investment, as they say, my investment, I have investment, Nigeria cannot break up. You will lose that investment. Probably you'll be able to keep your life if you are able to run away. But the consequences of all of you keeping quiet, gaslighting people who are calling the attention to the danger ahead, gaslighting them, calling them names, asking for their arrest, asking for their death. The consequences of that is so close to everybody right now in Lagos, in Ondo, in Osun, in Ibadan, Oyo, in Abeokuta, Ogun, where Alake lives. Nobody will be safe, including Ekiti. No one will be safe. Not royal fathers, not bishops, not chief imam. Did you get that? Not even the governors. A governor, I'm going to share this with you before I even continue, because I may go on and never go back to it. When the governor of Benue State said he was attacked, because Nigeria has become a country where, except you are dead, people don't believe that anything happened to you. Even when you are dead, they are likely still going to blame you for waiting yourself they go find there. Did you not know that that is the kind of country Nigeria has become? No empathy, no feeling, no remorse. People just cherry pick what makes them feel the urge of that failed, ruined country called Nigeria. A governor. Let me share this with you.
And it's normal, as a farmer, I usually go to my farm. So I went to my farm along Boko Road, and on our way back, we started hearing some gunshots. We discovered people who were dressed in black. And from our experience, it was very clear that these are Fulani militia men, bandits. And I do not want to take things for granted, because a few days ago, the media were awash with the communique or the statement from the Fulani Miyetti Allah, who met in Yola. That is where they met in 2006, and decided that they must take Nigeria as their country, and every other person living here must be slave. That was why they started infiltrating the entire country. And they came out with a statement. I was alarmed, singling me out as the only person who is creating problems for the entire Fulani race in this country. It was quite disturbing. And behind the scene, I also heard that in the meeting, I was targeted for elimination. This was the information I got. And they will go after me, whether in my home or in my farm or wherever they get me. And this is not the first time. I had intelligence before that these people say they were going to kill my sister.
There's other part I want you to listen to as well, for the record purpose.
And I want to say a quote from Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who said, "If peace means keeping my mouth shut in the midst of injustice and evil, I don't want peace. If peace means willingness to be exploited economically, dominated politically, humiliated and segregated, I don't want peace. Martin Luther King Jr. This is what he said. And I stand with him. I'm not going to subject myself to intimidation of anyone whatsoever. I don't have problems with any Fulani man or Fulani race, but I have problems with Fulani bandits who have vowed to take over Nigeria as their ancestral home. And I say no. Not when I'm here and when I am governor leading my state. I'm not concerned about other states. Other states who want to give their land and give themselves to be slaves to these Fulani men, I have no problem with them. But my own state, I have consulted with my people, and what I'm doing is in line with the wish of my people. On that I stand. I have not infringed on anybody's right. My lawyer is here. He's going to extend a petition against the leadership of Fulani herdsmen, or whatever you call them, Miyetti Allah, because they came out to target me, and behind the scene, they have planned to eliminate me, and I'm seeing that on my own land. If I can't go to the farm as governor with the entire security around me, then who else can go to farm? You can imagine the pains that we have here in Benue State.
Now, I want you to, for a moment, I want you to picture a scenario where a state governor, as big a state governor of, what's the population of Benue people? I'm just going to cut it short, right? Because I'm not too sure. But let's put it at 3 or 4 million people, right? Somebody who happens to be the governor of 4 million people, and the lives of these millions of people are in danger, is elected. It's called the governor. He should be responsible for their safety, protection, and all of that, right? Now, he himself came under attack from the people who turned his state to a graveyard. You know the story of Benue now. And now you have that same kind of governor in 36 states in Nigeria, whose people are going through the same thing or worse in the hand of this terrorist. But they choose to not say anything, like anything that will make it so obvious that these are the people perpetrating the crime. Now, when they couldn't come out to say these are the criminals, how do you think they would then be able to provide solution? Now, picture this as individual governors in Yoruba land coming out to tell us and say, we will not hand over our land and our people as slaves to the Fulani armed terrorists. Can you picture how powerful such message will be to represent the Yoruba people? To say, listen, as Yoruba will say, we don't say because we want to have a copulation, then you decide to tear somebody's ass. I don't know if I should say that. Children are listening anyway. At this point, at this junction, we imagine it just for a minute. The Ogun State governor made that statement, genuinely, by the way. Lagos State government made that statement. Oyo State governor make that statement. Ogun governor make it. Osun governor makes it. Ondo governor makes it, and the Ekiti governor makes it. We will not. Imagine that solidarity, that voice. Won't they have been able to then come out with a solution, a proper solution that we genuinely say, we will not subject our people to this kind of barbarism and barbaric killings? Well, So if wishes were horses, beggars will ride. But we're not going to put our wishes in those governors. So I'm not looking forward to them. But I'm asking you, imagine it. What that message would be to the rulers and the controllers of Nigeria when Yoruba governor says that. When they came out in their squeaky voices and said they were going to start Amotekun, we were glad. But you know what have become that of Amotekun today. So imagine it for a second that all the Igbo governors, just for a second now, all the Igbo governors comes out to say, we will not cede our land and allow our people to be butchered and killed and massacred by these ravaging, invading terrorists. I mean, imagine that imagine the kind of power that will be behind such statements. But Nigeria is a country of lone wolves, where the criminal animals feed on the weaker ones, right? Dangerous carnivorous animals are feeding fat on the weaker animals. That's the theory of Nigeria, and that is what you have. So you are a lone ranger until the wolf starve and feed on you, or better still, you can just continue to fear them and to respect their command and there are consequences. That's the point. When they keep quiet, since they won't do it, there will be consequences. In 6 years, APC, Egbekegbe, changed Nigeria from a directionless, corrupt, badly managed country to a total state of anarchy, a country of total breakdown of law and order. Anarchy looms, reigns, and everyone is now the Lord unto himself. Why the government continue to brag here and there how powerful they are? Don't try me. Don't try us. We are warning you. Last warning. Second warning. Lastest warning. Last warnings. Why they watch the country burn? So keeping quiet has its own consequences. The consequences is that the poor will be sacrificed, but eventually the rich will be burned. Think about that. Many of them are going to run away from Yoruba land. They are not going to run away from Yoruba land because they found themselves unable to fight. No, they will be running away because there will be nothing left to fight for. But until we get to that stage, that is why people like us must not stop talking. We must not stop encouraging people to stand up. We must not stop enlightening the people about the danger ahead, even when the elites continue. Even if they continue to live in denial of it. Sorry, I'm reading your comment there, CEO. I know it didn't start 5 years ago or 6 years ago, but the journey to this state of total collapse of law and order, you and I actually have an idea when that started. I mean, it's so obvious, isn't it? It would have been better if indeed the government of Nigeria is indeed fighting insecurity. Maybe we can deal with other differences. But the insecurity that has now crippled Nigeria, collapsed the economy, turned its citizens to refugees, it's like the breaking point. That started 6 years ago. There was never a plan. There was never a program where terrorists have been freed in Nigeria before this government came to power. Remember that. There was never any. There was never a rehabilitation program for terrorists where they get paid money. There was never any. There was never any time that you could see publicly where people are publicly going to meet bandits, terrorists, to negotiate with them. The journey to where farmers have become slaughtered, killed, and the military are nowhere to be found. Well, let's be honest. That journey started 6 years ago. It's a journey that has brought us to this stage where people no longer trust the system. That trust, that loss of trust didn't start today. It didn't start 5 years ago. It didn't start 10 years ago. In fact, God knows when it started. But I can tell you, it all started from when they started and when they decided to name Nigeria, Nigeria. Yeah, we can go back. But they've managed somehow. Man, it's a country that fought war. Nigeria fought civil war. Still, they couldn't find closure. They couldn't find healing. So they kept pretending and pretending and pretending, forcing it together, pretending that it's one, until Ebo Kuwari came to the scene. Don't forget that. And don't forget this too. Many people who are asking for Nigeria to break up today. Years, they were patriotic Nigerians who thought Nigeria would work. Don't forget that. And we should not always mix it up as well. Okay? Many people who are asking Nigeria to break up today. Many of them, 4-5 years ago, 2 years ago, right? 10 years ago, they strongly believe that something is going to work. Have you not thought about them too, that maybe they have actually reached a breaking point? They have seen it all. It has never been a stage where the entire country got enveloped by invading terrorists and the military and the police in Nigeria became powerless. Today, unknown gunmen are now killing police in the East. How long do you think that's going to spread to other parts? Do you think that started in the East? Unknown gunmen. Have you heard about a police station closing down at 4 p.m. because of security reasons in that same northern Nigeria? Have you heard about the abandonment and complete no government presence in so many parts of northern Nigeria because of their running away from terrorists? All of this, the Nigerian government is still what? The Nigerian government is still compensating terrorists. Don't let us pretend that is not what led to us saying, well, this is it. If you're going to tell us that we have to give land to accommodate terrorists who have killed and maimed and destroyed, then this is it. What's the point? Why should everybody continue to claim a one country? A country that couldn't protect anyone will not protect anybody. And right before our eyes, we are seeing terrorists graduating. So who are we going to turn to? I'm just asking, you know what I mean? Don't forget that. We all know that the problem of Nigeria didn't start when Boko Haram came. Yeah? But for all these years, people have been asking, restructure Nigeria, restructure this country, restructure this. This country will collapse, so this country will lead to wahala. This injustice and inequality is going to kill this country. Are you saying people have not been asking? But somehow, the manipulators, the criminals, they continue to find allies who eventually fell into or compromise all these beautiful ideas. Yeah, fine. But there has never been any time. Well, not in my lifetime. I have never seen any Yoruba refugee in another country in my lifetime. And I'm 37 years old. Think about that. How do you want me to feel? Do you want me to live long enough to see more Yorubas become refugees? Simply because we are part of Nigeria? That never used to be it. Yes, we have had the internal crisis. Oh, Modakeke fight, this and that fight. Oh, Omonile fight. Of course, we have had our fight. We've had our crisis. But tell it to my face. Tell me, give me a date when Yorubas ever became refugees in another country. Our Yoruba brothers didn't become refugees in another country because they are fighting over land. No, they were running away from those who killed and maimed them in their sleep. And here we are. We don't even know who to talk to protect them anymore. You don't even know, do you? They are now telling us to turn to God. Are you being serious? I mean, yeah. Something pushed us to this stage. And well, the way I see it, tell me I'm being emotional about it. Of course I am. But the way I see it, with the way things are, Try and convince me that it's going to be different in another 2-3 years, or it's going to be different in another 5 years. Please tell it to my face that, oh, it's going to be better. Of course, it's not going to be better. You know that. You're just going to get people, or make people get used to it. Do you understand? People are going to get used to it. And that is unacceptable. And that's why I said, well, yeah, my brother, it didn't start 6 years ago, but the journey to the total breakdown of Nigeria started 6 years ago. Everything is wrong. Thank you so much, Gladys Adebola. Everything is wrong with that arrangement, and you know it. I know it. You know it. But something people are not quite admitting is that when you know the truth and you think it's going to just go away, it's not going to go away. There will be consequences. The consequences are you finding people dead, people that are not supposed to die. And then when you ask questions, they turn you to God. Come on, man, you didn't vote for God. If God is the only being we should turn to protect our people when Fulani terrorists are wielding their guns, kidnapping and raping the women, then we can also equally just say, then we agree on something. Let us take the sovereignty back. What's the essence of the sovereignty you give to Nigeria when only their responsibility has been given to God? Come on, think about that. Yeah, you can take it back, the sovereignty. Then we can all go to God. Some of us will choose people who are actually going to represent God here. We are all representing God here. So protect yourselves. Do you get that? So, okay, wait. If all I've been saying kind of, just been mixed up, everything all together and all of that, don't worry. I'll break it down again. I mean, better. Don't be confused. What we are talking about is the state of insecurity in Nigeria. How the government of Nigeria is in bed with these terrorists. And we have our facts to back that up. When government says we are fighting the terrorists, we should be seeing what they are fighting. We should be seeing the improvement in that fight. The terrorists are supposed to be ragtag criminals who have no real training or real military training. If you have a country that didn't abhor them, the country that didn't give them the breeding ground. I mean, so we have our facts to say Nigeria is in bed. Nigerian government agent, Nigerian security agent, the police, the military, all of them, their hierarchy, by the way, they are in bed with the terrorists. They can come out to deny it. They continue to do that. They continue to deny. But facts prove them wrong every time they deny. When school children are kidnapped en masse, you continue to ask yourself, how did the terrorists get the logistics to move them? And every answer you try to get will defy logic. And when you try to put your answer or the answer they give as behind the whole theory, then you realize that it defies logic. Then it happened again. Then it happened again. Then it happened again. Again and again. Then they introduce a new twist into it. Instead of them arresting and prosecuting the criminals, they are giving them soft landing. And they continue to defend that. The Minister of Defense in Nigeria said everybody should go and protect themselves. What does that mean? It means the country can no longer protect you. Meanwhile, the country, the governors, especially the governors in some certain states in northern Nigeria, they continue to give amnesty to terrorists who have killed, maimed, and destroyed lives and properties. Now, this insecurity is no longer about the northern Nigeria or the middle belt Nigeria, or you know what I mean? It has now spread to the eastern part of Nigeria, spread to the western part of Nigeria. And the same theory is being played. Go and defend yourself. While the government continue to give them the leeway, continue to give them the passage the criminals on how to escape justice. No justice. When you don't have justice, then anarchy looms. Today, people are now saying, well, if we don't have justice, if we don't have security, why should we continue to be part of that country? Why should that country continue to take our resources? Why should that country continue to take our taxes? Why should we all continue to subject to the rules and the book of that country that cannot protect our own people? I mean, these are logical questions. A question that everyone should be asking. I mean, everyone. Every reasonable person from every part of the country. It's not hard. You don't tell people how to ask it. When you say the unity of Nigeria is non-negotiable, what do you mean? That the status quo that kills people is non-negotiable? That terrorists who are not getting prosecuted for their crime but compensated for the same crime are walking free while their victims are languishing in different IDP camps in the country, that even the country cannot take care of them. I mean, come on, give us a break. That's what we are talking about. That if you're a Yoruba man, even if you don't believe that Nigeria don't pafuka, the situation don't go, but say like the whole thing don't collapse. I am saying it to you now that you should begin to believe. But I don't want you to despair. I want you to begin to have the hope of a new one that you can be proud of, to be involved in, a new nation that can come out of the rumbles of a collapsing never nation called Nigeria. It is for the safety of the lives of the people in that place. How could they go to bed every night knowing that children have witnessed terrorism in Yoruba land, and they are now living in refugee camps in another country where they don't even speak their language? They speak Portuguese. I mean, they speak French in the Benin Republic. Look at those children. How could politicians go to bed in Yoruba land? How could they? How could any royal father go to bed? I mean, sound and have a sound sleep? How could all these southern leaders go to bed at night because they have their own children protected, tucked away in foreign countries, safe and sound provided for? Then they can have an opinion of how Nigeria is and how these people should accept that Nigeria. You see, if you find yourself in this category or in this basket or bracket of elite, people who feel like you are safe, and then you have an opinion, and that beautiful opinion of yours, that beautiful idea of yours, is to keep Nigeria one, a task that must be done. Come on, man. Come on. Do you actually understand that? Do you actually believe that? The danger we are talking about is this. It is already there. Many people might like to have an evidence. They want to have a proof, something. They want to see that people are dead. We show you the people of our people who have become the victims in Benin Republic. And I'll continue to share that video. I'll continue to share that with you because I will continue to remind you that if you continue to tell me to keep quiet, if you continue to tell me that I am wrong, if you continue to tell people like us that we are wrong in asking you to demand for a total renegotiation of that unity called Nigeria to save the lives of the people who are going to be trapped in the consequences of your insistence of keeping Nigeria. For whatever theory that you have working for you, or you have working in your brain, that Nigeria will still be better. Whatever it is that makes you think that we are wrong, I will continue to show to you that your theory that will keep Nigeria one is wrong. It is very wrong. And if you think it's just a statement, no, it is not just a statement. Keeping Nigeria one is a death sentence to our people. And then the question is, how many of them do you think we have to sacrifice before you will believe the danger that is lurking around or lurking ahead? Nobody